what if Kahhori reshaped the world? And I think I speak for a lot of us when I say, who the hell is Kahhori? It's your boy Icon with a Marvel animated TV review for you. I have no idea who this chick is. And I'm going to be honest, having the subtitles throughout the entire episode was kind of annoying. But by the end of the episode, I was actually invested and interested to see where this goes. So let's quickly talk about the latest episode of Marvel's What If, featuring this new girl who I have no idea who she is, Kahhori. So now, Ragnarok happened. So basically, Ragnarok happened. It destroyed Asgard. And when it destroyed Asgard, the Tesseract survived the destruction of Asgard. And it landed on Earth, I guess, in the past, back in Spain times. So it crash landed on a particular village. And it crashed into the water. But the water that it crashed into, it was like an underground pond. And over the course of time, the villagers would like drink the water. People would disappear. Whenever people would go into the water, they would disappear, never to be seen or heard from again, because the Tesseract was like pulling people into it. It was actually, people were going inside the Tesseract. But the villagers at one point, they're just like, yo, like the lake is cursed, so everybody stay out of the lake because the monsters are like the devil's gonna get you. These two particular kids, Kahhori and her brother, they were just like rummaging through the forest when the conquistadors showed up and tried to kill them. They were running for their lives, and then they accidentally stumbled upon the Tesseract waters. So when the soldiers showed up, they snatched up the brother and they shot Kahhori. She fell into the Forbidden Lake. And when she fell into the Forbidden Lake, she actually went through the Tesseract and she ended up into the place on the other side. Now, throughout time, throughout history, her ancestors have been disappearing and winding up in the Tesseract. So when she landed, she basically landed in the same forest that she was in, but it was a forest that existed and was created inside the Tesseract. And she met her ancestors, she met her current people, she met her people in general, and they were telling her, they were like, oh, welcome, you've come through the portal like everyone else. And when she looked up at the sky, she actually saw a portal, which was the gateway from Earth inside the Tesseract. But it was in the sky. The portal was in the sky. And then he said, he was just like, you know, you like the rest of us, you've been sucked in, you know, like to this world, and it's paradise, and we're here to live and enjoy life and enjoy our freedom. And they said that because we eat the fruits, of the land, and we eat, like we drink the water of the land. And because the water and all the fruits are invested in Tesseract energy, it gives us power. These people have the power of the Tesseract. Like they can move faster, they can make objects float. Like they're more mobile, they don't age, like they don't die, like they live forever. So the Tesseract is giving these people power. And the whole time they're giving these people power, Kahhori's whole thing is she's like, this is nice and all, but I got to get back to my home because my people are dying. And then they were trying to talk her out of it. They're just like, no, they was like, stay here, like stay in this world because, like there's nothing for us on the outside. You were chosen for a reason. Let's just take the gifts that God gave us. And she was just like, no, like she's like, I gotta go home. So they were trying to teach her how to use her power. She was trying to use her power to get herself up to the portal, and it wasn't working. And then finally she ended up like increasing her power because when they were trying to get some fruit off of some animals, she almost died because one of the animals almost ran over her. And then like she sucked into like the power within. She actually lifted the animal off the air, threw the animal to the side, and then she was able to pick fruits and everything with her power. Whereas like other people were able to get like 2 or 3 pieces of fruit, she used her power to get like 27 pieces of fruit because she seems to be like the most powerful. But I think it's more so because of her determination of wanting to get out of the portal. So then when she was talking to one of the guys that she's been talking to while she was inside the Tesseract, he was just like, this is a beautiful land. He's like, why don't you just stay here? Now, at that moment, the conquistadors, along with Don Quixote, like they showed up and they found the lake as well. And they ended up going, they captured all the villagers. They were going to sell them into slavery. And they actually went into the Forbidden Lake. And a bunch of them got sucked into the Tesseract as well. So just before Kahhori was considering actually just staying in the Tesseract, she looked into the shadows and saw the conquistadors show, with the guns and everything. And then that's when she was like, oh shit, she used her power to stop them. And then she was just like, you guys found me here inside the Tesseract. She's like, what have you done with my people? And then she was so angry, she cursed out her ancestors because she was like, yo, y'all got all this power, y'all got all these skills, all this knowledge, and you're just hiding in here like a bunch of cowards. You're not using your power for for good. She said, our people are on the other side of the portal dying, and you're just sitting here just like drinking the Kool-Aid, and then she ended up killing the conquistador guys. And then the guy was just like, no, he's like, we're supposed to be peaceful. She's like, yeah, peaceful in here, but what's going on outside is a tragedy. And then she was so determined, she was so angry, she used her power to bring the portal from the sky down to the ground. And when she brought the portal down to the ground, she told her ancestors, she said, with all this power we have a responsibility to shape the world into a better place and to protect our people. And if you cowards won't do it, I'll just do it myself. And then she went back through the portal back to her, her regular world, like her regular time. She went back to where she came from, and she went to go stop Don Quixote from selling all her ancestors into slavery. So she shows up by herself. She got all this power now, super speed, all this glowing. She's flying in there. She's beating up all the Spanish guys. Like she's beating up Don Quixote, but they end up using the cannons on her. And one of the cannons accidentally like bopped her on the head and like knocked her down for the count. And then when Don Quixote was going to kill her, because he was like, yo, this bitch got superpowers. He was like, yo, she's a witch. Right before he killed her, then her ancestors showed up because he was like, your words touched us and now we want to help. So they all came out of the Tesseract. They used their power to take down the Spanish army. And then after that, peace was supposed to reign amongst the land. Now, word got back to the Queen of Spain, where she was just like, oh, how could our soldiers be taken down so easily? What happened to all of our ships? And then that's when Kahhori and the rest of the gang, they showed up through, because now she can make portals. like she popped up through a portal, and then she told the queen, she was like, bitch, fuck your, she's like, to hell with your rule. She was like, ain't nobody checking for you. She said, we're here to broker peace, and if you don't want peace, then I'm just going to end you right here. And then, the queen was just like, oh, she's like, but I have dominion over you, and what I say goes. And then that's when Kahhori like lifted her off the throne, threw her on the floor. She destroyed the throne, and she said, bitch, you got one chance to sign the peace treaty. And if you go back on the peace treaty, she said, everyone on your continent, your island, your city, your country, everybody in Spain will not survive because we're going to kill everybody. And then at that moment, right before the queen signed the peace treaty, Dr. Strange showed up, came out of a portal, and then he was just like, oh, Kahhori, he was like, I've been searching for you for millennia, and he was like, come with me if you want to live. And that's how the episode ended, and thank you for tuning in. So I have no idea who this girl is, but I like her story, I like her swagger. And judging on the last episode, where Peggy Carter magically ended up into some new place that she didn't know about, I guess it can't be the Watcher, because the Watcher had no idea what happened to Peggy, so I don't think the Watcher is aware of what Doctor Strange is doing. I think Doctor Strange is trying to assemble a new group of heroes to take down some big threat. But I guess we'll find out, because we got, maybe 2 more episodes to go. So we'll see what happens, and we'll continue talking about it. So check me out on Instagram and on X, always on YouTube, where you can leave your questions. Let me know what you thought about this particular episode. Do you have any idea who this girl is? Because I sure as hell don't. Tell me who this girl is. Where does she come from? What's her comic book name called? What are her powers supposed to be? Because I know they be retconning shit. And we'll continue to talk about it. So till next week, guys, for some more action. Like I said, check out my other 5 reviews for Marvel's What If. Check out my series finale review for Archer in the Code. Check out my review for Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. And when 2024 rolls on, I guess we'll close out Marvel's What If and start the new journey for superhero goodness. Everything in 2004, we're going to give you more here at